What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat, and this is going to be the second episode of our short play, of Sir, You Are Being Hunted. And there are some birds right there. I could actually shoot them if I wanted to, but I don't feel like I have enough ammunition. Let's see if we can sneak up. I actually continue to play through. I'm going to see if I can sneak up on this robot right here, and see if maybe we can kill them off before they can kill us. Just something I've been thinking about. We're hiding in the brush here, which means they can't really see us coming, but then again, I can't really see anything of them either. We do have a vitality problem, which I think I'm going to remedy really quickly. Let's eat some marmalade. That actually only gave us 10 vitality. That sucks. Well, we might try and draw them off with a bit of the old rusing. Let's see what we can do here. We very much want to avoid being out in the open. We want to avoid being shot as well. Everything that this game is relies on me not being shot in the face. If I had to prefer a place to be shot, I'd probably go for fatty tissue somewhere, like the buttock. The buttock I could accept. Let's see if we can get them to go away. There we go. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure, if we can... There we go. Still continuing to try and draw them off. Oh, and it's one of the big ones. Alright, so we've got it. If I have to throw another bottle, I will, but that's kind of the espionage that I was talking about. That's the way that the game intends for you to play. It doesn't actually want you to fight a lot of the robots. However, we may find ourselves in sort of a vital situation because there's not a lot of housing situations here. There's not a lot of housing domiciles, residential areas. Sometimes you get a map that has a lot of them. Sometimes you get a map that has none of them. And the big problem with that is that it makes it very, very difficult to scavenge if you don't get that bare minimum amount of resources that you think you might need. Is there another one over here? Oh my god, there is. So there's so many. I probably could have just gone for that one, but being the risk taker that I am, I opted to go for the fun version, throwing bottles around, seeing if we could create a diversion and get ourselves one of the ones that's being defended by actual enemies. Now, what do you do if you get in a situation where with this hillside, where it's like right here in the middle of the hillside, there's no cover? That's going to be one of the situations where I personally feel that you have no right, or you have no ability other than going into direct combat. You're going to have to, unfortunately. Now, getting shot will put you in a bit of a dour mood. You bleed out pretty quickly, you die fairly rapidly, and there is no difficulty setting for the game, so it's very easy to get yourself just completely strapped and out of resources and then just end up dying based on that. Now, I think that's the town that was pretty well guarded before. Let's check the church over here. Hopefully we'll find ourselves some ammunition. If we don't, well, if we can find some matches, actually, we could start a fire over here and just kind of book it and see if we could loot the town while they're checking out the fire. We've got our printed letter here. That's a little bit of lore. Not going to read it right now. We do have an extra bottle, but I'm going to take the stone instead. We have 2 bottles, 3 stones. We've got enough equipment on hand where I think we can actually make a pretty good run of keeping ourselves hidden. I'm going to eat the red toadstool to give myself 20 vitality, and we're just going to deal with the results. We don't have any matches to light that fire right there. Which, if you remember from Mount & Blade, there's a quest where you have to light a fire outside a city to draw the defenders away. Exact same thing. You light a fire, and hopefully it draws the defenders away. Let me run around just a little bit more, and if we don't find anything here, we'll go to a different island and see if we can find a little bit of equipment there and then come back. Or at least at the bare minimum, validate whether or not you get to keep your gear when you make the jump to a different place. There's our dock over there. Let me take one last look around the edges. I think we've already searched most of this, though. And then we might consider dropping off the relic that we have on hand, too. That'll give us a nice square 4. We found half the relics here, and then we could come back when we have much better ammunition and supplies. I don't know if it resets the other island. I wonder how the difficulty works on the other islands, to be honest. I don't see anything else, so let's go drop this off at the Standing Stone, and then we'll make our way to a dock, and we'll see what's on the other islands. Get ourselves into a little bit of trouble there. Maybe loot the back side of some of these buildings. For some of the mushrooms and things that I left behind, there is one... Oh, there's one right there. Never mind. So there's robots over here, too. We might consider killing the robots. Oh, no. One of the big ones. One of the Houndmasters is over here. Alright, so we found ourselves nicely cut off. He's got a pistol, which means he's going to be firing a lot of rounds at us. Let's take a look at him so you guys can get a feel for what he looks like. He's kind of creepy looking. He's got sideburns. I can respect that. There's some crows right there that you wouldn't otherwise see either. Which, surprisingly, the crows aren't too worried about the robots. I don't know if the robots don't really occupy themselves with the crows, but let's see if we can go around here. He can't see us from this far away, I don't think. He might be able to, but I doubt it. Yeah, he's going to be able to see us as we cross right here, so let me sneak on past. You can go down these embankments right here, but it's very difficult to get back up. It's a little risky and get you into trouble. It does look like he's coming towards us. Maybe it's just me, but I do feel like he's coming towards us. Now, as of right now, they're not doing a whole lot of the old hunting. They're mostly just doing guard duty, because I haven't made myself apparent the last couple times we've been around. I was really hoping that this little village right here would have a load of robots in it that were actually, or just a couple of robots. With one shotgun shell, we could kill a robot if you aim well enough. And I was hoping we'd be able to clear out this little area just to grab some supplies. But I'm feeling very cut off right now. We don't have a lot of vitality left. You do starve to death if your vitality hits 0. I failed to mention that. But think of this game as really the video game conversion. If you remember in Futurama, there was an episode where there's a planet full of robots that just hunt humans like every Saturday night or whatever it is. Think of this as the version of that, just in video game print. They're Bender and the bunch of the robots, and they're chasing us around trying to find us. And hopefully we don't have any oil leaks, or we're not leaking lubricant, which was my favorite part of that whole thing. And they've seen us. And so now we've got fire coming our way. Let's make a run for the stones. We'll drop this off, and we'll go find ourselves a dock. Maybe kind of clear out another island of all of its supplies, and then come back here, because this place doesn't seem to be very well stocked, in my opinion. Oh, good, there's robots over there, too. Hopefully I can hear them. Yikes, hopefully there's no hounds on us right now. That was like one of the hound masters right there. I could clear them out just with a nice assortment of bottles and rocks. We could grab that other one over there if we wanted to. But I'm not sure I want to advance the difficulty on this island any further. Sounds like a robot heard us. And that's what I'm talking about with these kind of marshy areas. You can't see them, but they can see you. Let's get low really quickly. I'm actually not seeing any robots over here, so we may try and make... I know we've looted this before. Oh, they're on us. Let's get out of here before we take any more gunfire. And there's a round right into our side of our head there. Unfortunately, the hedgerows are the best way to lose robots. I'll throw that out there right now. If you can get to a hedgerow, you're pretty much safe. God, and they're all headed out of the city. So I guess I was a little bit ill-informed there. Let's just get the rest of this turned in, and then we'll get the hell out of here. We'll find ourselves a dock, and that's how we'll make our move onto the next island. This outlying looting stuff isn't working for me, and I don't like it very much at all. This is pretty much the equivalent of trying to sneak into Starry when you hear a gunfight going on. Just pretty much sabotaging your own safety just for adventure. I don't even know where the rest of these robots are. I don't know if that was him seeing me. Oh, they're right there. They're next to this location. God, they're guarding everything right now. That balloon's going in an alternate direction, I think. Or it's just sitting still. I can't really tell. I can't guarantee that we'll be able to roll these robots. I've only got 3 bullets, and if I get a perfect shot, I can kill one of them. Maybe draw them off with a bottle. I just don't know what I want to do right now. I think it's in our best interest to retreat and just not try to fight them. Our vitality's pretty low. Let's eat one of these. Yeah, it gives you pretty much 80 vitality, so it gives you a lot. It's basically a free refill. We're a little bit visible right now. But there are ways that this could go wrong. I just don't have the ammunition to guarantee that I can kill both those robots. So let's head for a dock, and we'll go to a different island. That's probably our best option right now. Let's just leg it for now. Yep. This island can bite our pink asses. Assuming your ass is pink. I don't want to judge the color content of your ass. Everyone's ass color content could be absolutely chromatically distinct. God. Let's jump on a boat here and we'll see what happens. I don't think I've actually ever taken a boat more than one time, so let's find out what's in the northern island, I guess.
There are a number of islands in the archipelago. Each of them is likely to have fragments of the device for you to collect. Try not to get lost.
So here we are on the northern island, my dear friends. Let's take a look around and see if maybe the pickings will be a bit less. We need some obese pickings. I'm not gonna lie, the pickings, they need to be a little bit thicker than the pickings on that last island. The pickings sounds like some kind of tiny, like, halfling race. Beware the pickings of the mountains. Alright, so we've got a house over here. We want to be careful about the way that we approach this whole thing because we don't really know what the fortification situation is going to look like here. Let's have a bit of a look. I don't hear anything, which is good. That's actually a really good thing that we're not hearing any bleeping and blooping. Callum de Wolf, now with God. It's a little bit rudimentary, but you know, you take what you get on your gravestone. It's not like you have any, well, you might, I guess if your family cares. Like, I always wanted my gravestone to be kind of humorous. I always figured I'd put like a jaunty limerick on it or something. Something a little bit, you know, something a little bit salty. Just let people know how I was in life. Is there even a door to this place? Where's the door here? I'm walking around it. There it is. There's a little door right here. Looks like, oh, we brought one of the other fragments with us. God. Well, there are some matches, which might be useful in the future. Also got, can I fit those? No, I cannot. Well, I can fit them like right here, but our inventory is looking a little bit crammed, unfortunately. Let's check this other house and see if there's any ammunition. That's the big thing that I want to have, because for the central island to finish being cleared out, we're going to need to be able to battle our way out of a stalemate, if at all possible. When you get to that amount of robots that we were seeing in that central villa, there were a lot of robots, and I'm not really seeing a way that I could tangibly draw them all away or pick them all off one by one. There's a trap here, the first trap that we've seen in a while. We've also got some marmalade, so I'm going to throw the marmalade in here. Ooh, there's some chocolate biscuits as well. Let's get rid of this artifact if we can. I don't even know if we have to go... Oh, there's some robots over there. Lovely. They seem to be headed in this direction. I may actually try and stash the artifact in this church or something. It seems like it has enough inventory space. Oh, there's a back door too. A stick of dynamite, really? That seems very, very dangerous. Let me see what I can move around here to get things into place. I can't discard this, but I can discard some of the things in here. So let's destroy the pipe and the tobacco. Not going to need a lot of this stuff. We'll get rid of that and that. There we go, and then we'll store this in here. We'll come back for it later. I'm tempted to figure... I've never seen the dynamite drop before. Let's figure out if there's going to be any type of dangerous... Well, there's always a dangerous use for dynamite. Speaking of which, if you're ever... I have a friend that works in mining reclamations, because I'm a geologist, which means most of the people that, you know, I hang around with are geologists just by association. It's kind of, you know, work circles, things of that nature. Although I'm not working in the industry, so I don't even want to give remotely that... impression. Oh, there's more binocular. Oh, there we go. That's what we want. We want some tools. Now, we're going to scout this whole place out. We've left the relic or the little bit and bob over there. Now, I may actually consider doing just what we did, running it back to this house over here and putting as many relics in that house as we can get away with. But for now, let's find the resources that we can get our hands on. Moldy bread, I believe, makes you lose vitality. A little strange because moldy bread is palatable. Like, you can eat it. It's just not going to be pleasant. It has been done on occasion at my house on accident. It kind of looks like that robot's getting into his... Well, I'll put it like this. When we go out on field excursions, there's only one reason that we crouch like that in the field. And so it looks like the robot may be occupying himself a latrine. A fine piece of game. So we've got a pheasant there. I've never seen a pheasant in my entire life. Like, I think I may have seen a pheasant like twice. Ever. A rifle. I didn't even know there was a rifle in this game. Well then, things to think about. Let's leave that here, and I'm going to take the rifle, because I would like to... Oh, that's very cool. It's got a rangefinder. Can I adjust the rangefinder? Or is that sort of static? I do feel kind of snipey right now. This is giving me flashbacks to my various mods for Mountain Blade. I like this gun very much. Oh, let's see if we can tag him. No, maybe not. We'll save the ammo until we get... Alright, we've been found. I don't really know how much good this is going to do for me. Let me see if I can lay low right here and maybe head back in this direction. Oh no, he still got me. No! Go away, robot. Robot. Nobody needs you right now, robot. I will dynamite you. This is one of those terrible situations that I should have kept the shotgun with 2 rounds for. Let me get over the fence here, and if I go up that hill, I'm going to be in line of sight, unfortunately. They'll be able to make long bomb shots at me, but I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it, because I like to live on the edge. So let's do this thing. I don't even think there's a seeing stone here. Yeah, I'm going to dogpile as many things in these buildings, like the church, and that building right there as I can from here. We'll grab as many relics as possible, but we're not going to turn them in. That's going to be our stipulation here. We've got another little floaty balloon. I've never been on a hot air balloon. I think I bought my grandma, like my family bought my grandma a ride on a hot air balloon one time when I was a little kid, and I was like terrified because I was like 3 years old, and I was sure my grandma was just going to burst into flames the second she went up into the hot air balloon. Like, it's weird how little kids like fixate on just completely... Well, to a little kid, they're really real, you know what I mean? Like, little kids have crazy imaginations. I know I did. I lived half of my childhood in, like, abject fear of just horrible things happening. Oh, no. I'm gonna plow this guy. There we go. Took him out. Oh, and we've only got 1 bullet left. So I'm going to pull a legger. We didn't take, he barely nicked us with that bullet. So we're in okay shape. I like the bang that gun made, though. That was pretty cool. That was an enjoyable experience for me. I'm going to eat those really quickly. Yeah, and even with a headshot, we weren't able to kill him. We might try and axe him really quickly when he comes around the corner and then loot his corpse. There we go. So we got him. We took a little bit of damage there, though. Let me jump into my inventory and bandage. There we go. Our health should restore so long as we have more than 50 vitality. And this is going to give me some ammunition. So I may go back and get that shotgun. And I may not actually... I thought I heard the sound of robots possibly closing with me. Let me find this other robot over here that we blasted. Where was he? I don't remember exactly. I think he was like over here. There he is. His fizzly bits all over the place. Just fizzling. That's what he does. Now that means I've got 4 rounds. Let me run back to this house over here. Is that a fort? Or like, what is that? Oh, it's just a sheer rock wall. Okay. Well, I thought fort, and I was thinking maybe survival mode we'd be able to hole up in a fort for a little bit. We're down to like our little makeshift tomahawk battle axe right now, which I guess we can live with. Let me go back to this house and see if I can reclaim my shotgun. And maybe, with it, kill off the remaining 2 robots who seem to be scouring the hills for me. I don't think that's going to be a safe way for me to go back to the house. Let me backtrack, go up and over the hills here. I don't even know who's shooting at me right now, but I'm going to keep running. Whoever it is seems to be doing a very good job, and there's a dumpster right there. He seems to be right behind me. Use that really quickly and then keep running. Urgh! Damn it. He is hitting me from so deep. God. We are just in a really, really bad place. I don't even know if we're going to survive this one. Luckily, if we die, it just sends us back to like our starting point. Not a tremendously huge deal. Check the dumpster really quickly. There's some bottles. I hear him being a chatty Cathy out there in the hills. We should have cover, though, right now. We're pretty much invisible. We're not completely invisible, but we're almost there. Let me stay really low. My other problem in this game is pretty much that I play it just like I play Project Zomboid, where I just sprint through everything. And when dealing with enemies who have firearms, that tends to not be the best strategy on my part. Let me eat some of this marmalade to make sure that I heal. Our health is looking not so good. We've also got to snag ourselves some food. There is some game around. Here's that church that we searched earlier, which rhymed. Church and search. I didn't even think about that one. Sometimes you just rhyme because you're inherently just, you know, you're inherently poetic. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just an idiot. It could be one or the other. Slightly insane. Destined for bedlam and all that. Let me see if there's anything else here. We left some stuff behind. Nothing that's... Well, there's a delicious stout. I'm going to take that because we don't have a lot of food on hand, and I do enjoy a stout in real life, so we might be able to make use of that somehow. Let me get back over here and reclaim my shotgun. The topography here for the mountainous region seems to be a little bit more dangerous in that we're going to have to think about the fact that the enemy has a lot of hills, which means they can hold LOS for longer, and then that's also going to put us in the nasty situation of eating rounds from really deep. I'm not positive they have themselves some rifles at this point either. Ooh, a trap. Let's take that. I'm going to eat those biscuits right now. We'll grab the other stout. Let's stow the gun for a minute. I probably should have done that back at the church. I'm not completely sure that this is the same church. I think it is. There's a bot right there. This place has got all kinds of goodies. But if he pulls an about face, he's going to come down on us while we're still looting. Let me get down in the grass here, and I'm going to check this house over there. I think our shotgun was around the back, maybe? I don't even remember where I deposited it at this point. Given our ammunition situation, I have some hesitation. Ooh, and they're still over here. Even better. Well, my big problem with some of the systems in this game is they don't seem to move around at all. They seem to be very much obsessed with guarding one location, namely wherever there's loot. And the problem with that organization is that it does not make for very fun gameplay because you can't scavenge a lot of the time. You're pretty much just running around hoping nothing sees you. I feel like they've got the hills locked down pretty well here. God. We do have traps, but not enough to deal with that many robots. That's the other problem, is early on in the game, all of the traps that you manage to find are enough to take out every robot in a location. The traps I have now, I think I only have one. Let me take a look. Yeah, I've got the one trap, so there's not a whole lot I can do there. I might consider lighting a fire, maybe. Let's go back to the church and light a fire and see if maybe that'll get people to get the hell away from all these locations they're guarding. If I can light a fire over here and then run along the coast and sweep back around, I think we might be able to displace a lot of the jerks that are just kind of standing around making my life miserable. Then again, that does pull them onto the relic, but we're not here for the relic. We're more here to scavenge. Carl Adam Fag, now with God. With that last name, gee, well, I suppose it's not so bad if you're a Brit, but if you're in the US, that would not be a fun name to have in junior high. That would be a name destined for misery. They briefly contemplated setting their bench on fire right there. Where's the other door? I think this might be a different church. Well then. No, it's not. It's the same church. Never mind. Where is the... There's got to be a fire pile around here somewhere. There's almost always a little pile of twigs around the church that you can light on fire as a decoy, or to cook food, whichever, or both at the same time if you're feeling particularly... Well, if you're multitasking at the level that most people seem to do aside from me. I'm going to go up this mountain then. If we don't have a fire pile, let's go ahead and head up over this mountain. And once we get up and over the mountain, we'll see... Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We'll put some of my geological experience into perspective here. We'll get on top of a hill and take a look around. Never hurts to have a better perspective. And just really, really, really hope that there's no bleeps or bloops up here in this brush while we're running around. We do have full health. We do know the location of some food. That house over there is really well stocked with food. I just don't know what to do with it as of yet. The dynamite might also be used as a decoy, so I'll have to play around with that too. I don't really know what... The dynamite obviously probably deals a lot of damage to anything you throw it at. But at the same time, I don't know how long the fuse is. I don't really know how loud it's going to be. I can be rest assured it's probably going to draw at least some heat down on us. Here's a house right here. Let's light a fire on the hill. But we did just get seen by a robot. So maybe we'll have better luck getting low out here. Just holding up for the time being. A lot of downtime in this game. That is one thing that you can spend a substantial amount of your free time in this game just hiding in a bush. Just hoping that nothing sees you. And this is one of the lowest firearm amounts I've ever seen in a playthrough. We don't seem to have a whole lot of ballistic assistance here. And falling back on my stealth skills, as you guys know from the Project Zomboid playthrough, just a horrific idea. I suppose I'll light a fire here and we'll just kind of see where the robots come from.
You're not used to preparing your own meals, sir. But I'm sure you can master roasting game on an open fire. That smoke can be seen for miles, however, so do be quick.
There we go. They're coming down to investigate. Maybe from over here as well, although I don't see any houses over here. This little mountainous region is not looking too good for the scavenging. Well, there's like a ruin or something over here, unless that's like a weird obelisk-shaped mountain. Looks like a ruin. Let's check it out. We've got a little bit of extra time here. Check out this ruin, see if there's maybe anything useful, like a dumpster or anything of that nature. There's another fire pit. Okay. Other than that, though, it just seems to be here. It's just kind of a relic of an antiquated past. Gorgeous architecture, though. Well, we may have ourselves just a problem just wandering around out here. I'm going to head back to those houses. Hopefully we'll get those scavenged while these guys are drawn away to the fire, although I can't guarantee they'll be drawn away long enough. But if they do kind of coagulate or gather or just kind of bulk up on that flame, it might be something to consider to throw some dynamite at them. Just blow them all to hell and back. That could actually potentially clear out the whole island for my own scouty purposes. Let's see what's at the top of this thing. This game's sort of like Miasmata in that a lot of the exploration is really the fun part. Not so much the occurrences that are happening, but more what's in between that. I think that's what... Yikes, there's a robot right there. I don't know if maybe there's an arms cache or something over here. We're going to move very slowly for now. It looks like there's a house or something. Or at least like a pile of rubble. Get my axe out. There we go. So we can at least chop him if we need to. I'm going to do a little scouting around the back, make sure that there's not multiple robots in the vicinity, because if there's a couple, then the axe is not going to work for us. The axe is going to be a giant, giant letdown. Doesn't sound like there's anything close. Looks like he's stuck in the hill. Great, nothing. Well, we're gonna drink the beer. And let me see if I can sneak up on him, because if he's got ammunition or a gun, it's going to be a very good thing for us.
Danger. Possible danger.
Alright, this is it. We're going to go totally commando mode on him and see if we can pull off some crazy John Rambo moves here with this tomahawk. See if I can use the tree for cover. And then we're going to take him out, hopefully getting ourselves a new shotgun. Maybe a little bit of ammo if we're incredibly lucky. The second he goes down the crest right there, we're going to close with him as best we can anyways.
These new taxes are outrageous.
Oh god, I'm actually really nervous right now. This is a potential death sentence for us. Anytime you're coming up in melee with a guy with a gun. Got him. There we go. So we took him out at least. Let's see if he's got anything of use. A busted shotgun, a boot, and a printed letter. Damn it. Alright, well, that's a little bit of a letdown. Gotta be kidding. Well, I don't know which direction to walk in, but we killed at least one of the robots on the island. At the bare minimum, we managed to kill somebody in this episode, so that it wasn't just me walking around going haywire. There's an old wind turbine up here. I wonder if there's anything lootable near it. There's a possibility. You never know. Nothing there. Another fire pit here, but we have no matches with which to use it. We also have no game to cook, but we have plenty of alcohol. On the plus side, we do have a lot of alcohol. There's a house down here. How many bottles do we have left? We have bottles and rocks left. I'm going to sneak up on these houses, see if maybe we can get some supplies. And there's a little shed over there, too, that we might try and loot. I'm seeing a lot of little rural housing over here. Reasonable opportunities for economic advance. Oh, there's 3 robots. Okay. So we've got a head count now. Uno, a dos, a tres. Eins, zwei, drei, and all that fun stuff. I'd say it in French, but I downright don't know in French. I know that 3 is trois, for all the wrong reasons. I'm not positive that rock is actually going to draw any attention. See if we get lucky here. If he comes around this corner, he's going to end up getting trapped. Now, you can get trapped in your own traps, so be very careful. I think he is coming. Oh. I think I can use... There we go. Alright. Whew. Little worrisome. Alright, so he's out of the way now. Let me go see if I can loot this building before he gets back. And I'll throw another bottle. Ah, damn it. Oh, they are everywhere. This is not going to end well for me. No, 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 no. Stop shooting me. Stop blasting me. That's not a polite thing to do. That is not a wonderful... That's bad manners, my friends. You go to all the effort to tell me, so you're being hunted, but then you shoot me in the face. I'm going to use this building as cover. Bandage up really quickly. Maybe loot this thing, although they don't seem to have much more than fire axes here, or wood hatchets. We are getting ourselves a nice stock of bottles, though. Luckily. Doesn't seem like they followed us this far, so I think I'm going to break off the episode. My name is Splattercat. I hope you're enjoying the series. I'll see you guys next time, and we'll continue checking this island out. Maybe we'll go to a new island. It looks like there's an island off to the west, so we may check out a new island. I don't know. I'll see you guys next time. Take care out there, everybody, and as always, it was a blast to have you here at the Nerd Castle. Take care.